Well, hello there, Leo, and welcome in. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are going to take a look at what September has in store for you. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon. You have Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. And mystical healer. Healing energy flows through you. Okay, so both of these are very much seeing the spiritual perspective of something that is going on in your life. Okay, so you are a healer. Okay, very intuitive, the energy of really allowing yourself to recognize that when you tap into your intuition, it will never lead you astray. Okay. And there's some situation in your life where the energy of this and that are true is kind of playing out. So this is the energy of understanding that the way that you see a certain situation in your life and the way somebody else sees a situation that you're dealing with, okay? That you each have different perspectives, but that your truth is your truth and their truth is their truth, okay? And that can sometimes be difficult, right? Because with this energy, you're more awakened, you're more aware, okay? You can see different perspectives, you can have a greater, more spiritual understanding of the situation, but you're dealing with somebody that isn't capable of doing that. And so it can be frustrating, right? Because you may be trying to convince somebody that the way that you see the world, the way you see this situation is the way, right? Is the truth. And this other person is unable to see the truth in the same way that you see it. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like this is just the energy of understanding that this situation is kind of like acceptance of this situation and this person for who they are and what they believe. Okay. And you may be trying to work with them, trying to help them. Yeah. There's a kind of like karma is coming in, balance is on the way, right? Allowing yourself a fresh start, allowing yourself to create new memories if needed. If it's time to let go of the situation and go in a different direction, you're allowing yourself to say, I'm leaving this situation with only good feelings. I'm only allowing myself to take forward the good out of the situation and not take the pain out of the situation. Because I feel like what you're understanding is that it's time for you to move on. You have the World card. It's time to allow yourself to say, this situation, this relationship has gone as far as it can go. It's time for me to allow myself to move forward, to find people that are more like-minded to the way that you see the world than this person does. That you have a role to play in perhaps helping other people that are like-minded. So you could be feeling like you're talking to a wall with this situation, right? You're talking to a wall with this person. You're trying to bring them forward with you or trying to help them to see the world in a different way. But there is a strong message here. You are meant, okay, to be a leader to others, to share your insight, your wisdom with others. It's just that you're talking to an audience that isn't in alignment, isn't seeing the world, isn't capable of seeing the world the way that you see the world at this time. So it does mean that you have to allow yourself to love your spiritual path, to love who you are, the healer that you are, the mystic that you are, the guide that you are, to allow yourself to love the soul path that you contracted with in order to play out your life purpose, okay? And that for now, you're going to have to leave this situation unfinished. I feel like intuitively, there's more to your relationship with this person, that it is meant to evolve, but it's not going to evolve right now. And you could have been really trying to help this person discover. You could have been very loving to this person, trying to help them to see the way, to even have a peaceful resolution in the situation. It's about allowing yourself to find peace in the situation yourself and allowing yourself to move towards what it is, co-create, Hierophant, knowing that you're a teacher, you're a leader for others. It's time to co-create with spirit, to allow yourself to move forward. This could be a romantic situation that you are maybe having to leave, or a family situation, since we have, the Six of Cups coming in here. Understanding that they have all played a part of your awakening journey. They have all played a part of you awakening to knowing who you are and what you are meant to do in this lifetime. But that they're not necessarily meant to go forward in this next chapter. And it's a beautiful energy for this next chapter. It's about finding home. Your next new home, where you feel at home with who you are, that this person or this group of people or this situation doesn't see you for who you are. That's why this and that is coming out, right? You see yourself for who you are. They see you. I feel like there's almost a sense of judgment. You're going out of the confines of what a lot of times when this card comes out, you may have been on the same page at one point in your life, right? Understanding you've awakened, you see the world in a different way. They don't understand, okay? Because they want to go back to the old way. They want to go back to the traditional way. This could be parents. This could be a romantic partner that's been in your life for a very long time. You could have been married like 20 years or something, and yeah, we're not on the same page anymore. And there's nothing wrong with anybody. There's no judgment here. It is a sense of peace, of just coming to peace with the situation, that it is what it is, because you have changed. You have grown. You have evolved. You have ascended. So at the one time you were vibrating on the same wavelength, but you've ascended, you're at a higher level. So that's why you're feeling disconnected. But you're wanting, okay, your ego, your heart is wanting this person or these people to come along with you. But they're really not meant to, at least not at this point on your path. It doesn't mean that it won't happen later on, but at this point, you have a purpose. It is time for you to allow yourself to go towards what it is that you're kind of being called to go towards. Yeah, it's a beautiful energy of kind of accepting, coming to peace with who you are and why you are here, and allowing yourself, look at this, you have destiny, right? Allowing yourself to go towards your destiny, to go towards your life purpose, whatever that is for you. Yeah. And even if you're not quite sure, even if this is the beginning, the world card is moving on, right? Moving into a new chapter. Even if that next chapter is about discovering how you are a healer, discovering your healing abilities, right? Allowing yourself to find mentors or teachers, right? The Hierophant is a teacher. These people have been teachers for you because they've helped you open up to who you are. You are a teacher for others. It's just that this group of people they are not your students. And another way to look at it is by moving on and living your life to your highest potential. It also will become an inspiration for these people that you're dealing with. Okay, so allowing yourself to say, okay, as hard as it is to move forward, that can also be a motivation and inspiration for them. Yeah, because we have the Ace of Wands, right? It's kind of like, you have a fresh start ahead of you. There can be a fresh start for them, but not if you try to convince them. They don't see the world the way that you do. Okay, so Leo, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. How can I become more flexible right now? Yeah, what are you trying to control? I think the thing that you may be, if you're resonating with this, trying to control is their thinking, right? You're in the way that you're trying to convince them, right? You're trying to get them to see your point of view. All right? But it says maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. And it's the mystic healer says healing energy flows through you, right? Both of these are talking about surrendering, allowing yourself to say, okay, my job here is done. It's a little bit of that energy. I'm letting go. I understand that this is not my path, right? Whenever we hit that brick wall, a lot of times it's because Spirit is saying this person, this situation, this group of people are not in alignment for your highest good. And it's actually for you to stay is not in their highest good either. Like you're more of an inspiration to them if you move forward. Wow, powerful energy here. All right, Leo, I am wishing you so much love and light with this. Be kind, be very kind and gentle to yourself, right? As you're going through this, make sure you're taking really good care of yourself and being compassionate. Change is not always easy, even if it's the change that we want, even if it's the change that we know is good for us. It is also a time to really be gentle and caring and compassionate to yourself as you are making these changes, as you are moving forward. And to also recognize you are meant to leave the situation in peace. It's about allowing yourself to leave this knowing that you are leaving it in the most kind, compassionate way that you can, and allowing yourself to move forward and giving yourself that compassion that you may not be receiving from this person or these people. All right, I'm leaving it there. I wish you so much love and light. Thank you so much for all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.